Hi, hello, welcome to my channel, Laugh, Love, Read. I'm Kay, and today I'm going to be talking all about my September reading plans. So September is going to be very different in regards to my TBR than what my August TBR was, because I will be participating in 3 readathons this month. So there are quite a lot of readathons, and I really wanted to participate in number 1, the Latinxathon, and Becca's Bookoplathon, as well as the Mammamiathon. So I'm excited about that, and I have planned a TBR around pretty much those readathons. So we'll go ahead and get started talking about that and how I put it all together. So I knew that if there was only one readathon that I could do, it was going to be the Latinxathon, because I really wanted to participate. There are 4 prompts and 5 really with the buddy read or the group read. I forget what it's called, which I will not be doing, but I will be doing the 4 prompts. So number 1 is called Voices, and this is to read a book by a Black or Indigenous Latinx author. And for that, I have chosen to read Poet X by Elizabeth Acevedo. And I have read 2 other books by Elizabeth Acevedo, being With the Fire on High and Clap When You Land. So With the Fire on High, I would say that book was a 4-star read for me. Clap When You Land was a 5-star read for me, and I thought that I wouldn't like Poet X because I kept hearing like it's written in verse, but Clap When You Land also has some of that, and I loved it so much, so I was like, I'm letting poetry scare me away from reading this book. So I'm looking forward to reading that. The second prompt is called Latinidad, and it's to read a book by an intersectional Latinx author. And for that, I'm reading Dark and Deepest Red by Anna Marie McLemore. And I've read Blanca y Roja by Anna Marie McLemore before, and I quite liked it. It was strange, but in the best of ways, and I'm looking forward to reading more by her. I've wanted to read Wild Beauty for the longest time, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. One day I will. The third prompt is to, it's called Roots, and it's to read a translated book or a book containing more than one language. And from what I can see online, or what I can read online, Poet X has some Spanish in it, so that should fulfill that prompt. Because I'm doing 3 readathons, I'm trying to double up as much as I can, triple up even, for these prompts. So you'll see some repeats here. So yeah, With the Fire on High and Clap When You Land also had Spanish in it, so I would expect that this one does as well, and I'm taking everybody's word online saying that it has some Spanish. And then the 4th and final prompt for this is Heritage, and it is to read a book by a non-Spanish speaking Latinx country. And for this, I have chosen a book by Ana Maria Machado, and she is a Brazilian author, so definitely not a Spanish speaking country. However, the ironic part in this is that I will be reading one of her books in Spanish. It is a children's book. It's called Un pajarito me contó, A Little Bird Told Me. And I'm gonna be kind to myself, because last month I did horrible in my opinion in my TBR, so I am trying to add some children's books and middle grade in here to, keep it short, as short as possible. So yeah, that will be my TBR for Latinxathon. So we have Poet X by Elizabeth Acevedo, Dark and Deepest Red by Anna Marie McLemore, and then Un Pajarito Me Contó by Maria Machado. And so that's 3 books for that readathon. Then the next readathon that I really wanted to participate was, of course, Becca's Bookoplathon. And I really wanted to participate in it because back in June, I believe, is when she had the first like version of this, or Becca's Bookopoly version. I don't really know what it was called, which one it was called back then. But I really wanted to participate in it, and I didn't because I was just mood reading and I had all these books from the library that I needed to get to. So I didn't do it, so I really wanted to do it this time. And Becca's Bookoplathon is taking place the whole month of September, so from the 1st to the last day. And so I really wanted to do it, but I was super scared because Bookopoly has been known to not be kind to people with rolling doubles and stuff. So because Becca's rules are, I'm sure everybody knows on BookTube already who Becca is and her rules, but if you roll a double, you have to add another book to your TBR. So I was cautious because, you know, I only wanted 5 books. I decided to do 5 rolls because that's what she does, and you know, she kind of said like you could do whatever you want, but in terms of rolls, but I really wanted to stick with that, and 5 books seems manageable. Just anything beyond that would be interesting, quite a task. So I was cautious and I went ahead and I rolled. So I did everything digitally because I don't my printer died basically and I don't have any dice. So I went ahead and put in like dice generator and rolled some dice, and I will put it up here in here somewhere so you can see. So my dice rolls were a 9, which lands me in light cover. My second roll was a 5, which lands me in LGBTQ plus rep. My third roll was a 7, which lands me in first in a series. My fourth roll was a 3, which lands me in a sequel. And then my fifth roll was an 8, which lands me in a book set in the present. So Bookopoly was kind to me in terms of rolls. I didn't get a double, so I did not have to add a book. But I had to think hard about trying to fit these prompts with my Latinxathon TBR and trying not to add too many books. So for light cover, I decided to read China Rich Girlfriend by Kevin Kwan, and you'll see more on why in a bit. And then for LGBTQ plus rep, I decided to do Poet X because from reviews and stuff, it looks like there is a character, a very important character in there that is part of the LGBTQIA plus community. So then for my third prompt, first in a series, I am reading Pala Santiago and the River of Tears, which is a middle grade book, and I'm excited for. Like I told myself, you know, like I just said, I'm trying to be kind to myself. So, you know, middle grade and children's book, they're included here. through. The fourth prompt, is to read a sequel. And that is another reason why I picked China Rich Girlfriend, because it is a sequel in the Kevin Kwan trilogy for Crazy Rich Asians. So, second reason why I picked that book. And then the fifth prompt was to read a book set in the present, and that is a bit vague to me what the present means. I don't necessarily think it means today, like 2020. I just think it means relative present, recent times. So I'm choosing to go with China Rich Girlfriend for that one as well, to triple up on that prompt. So I think it works, okay? So those are the books that I added for Becca's Bookoplathon. So that is China Rich Girlfriend by Kevin Kwan, Poet X, Elizabeth Acevedo, Paula Santiago in the River of Tears, and that's by Taylor K. Mejia. And then, yeah, that's it. So 3 books, one of which is already on my Latinxathon TBR. Okay, so then finally for the Mammamiathon, which is running from September 1st to September 12th, I decided to do Donna, because the Donna prompts, because it just seems to fit best with my other books, my other TBR plans. So really, there's a lot of doubling and tripling and quadrupling here. So the first prompt is money. And the prompt for that is basically to read a book that you did not buy full price. And these are all library books, so I did not buy any of them full price. So any of them count towards this. So the second prompt is Mamma Mia, and that is to give a book or an author a second chance. And I really thought about putting Mexican Gothic here, but then I was like, no, I'm just not gonna add this to my TBR ever. I'll just read it when I do. And so another reason why I chose China Rich Girlfriend. And while I loved Crazy Rich Asians, China Rich Girlfriend was a slower read for me. I did start that book, and it's on my Goodreads, like I was currently reading for like 2 years, because I tried to read it and I got about halfway through, and then I was bored out of my mind. Like the story was dragging for me. So I will restart the book and I will give it a second chance, because I really do want to finish the series. So second chance for China Rich Girlfriend. Then the third prompt from Mammamiathon is SOS, and that is to read a book with 2 points of views. And that is very hard because I don't really know books that are 2 points of views without like Googling. So I did some Googling, and there's a book that I'm interested in reading and apparently has 2 points of views, and that is the Incarnations by Susan Barker. And the Incarnations is, have I said what any of these books are about? I don't think I have. Oh my god. But the Incarnations is about reincarnations rather, and it's about like soulmates throughout somebody's lifetime, and they're told from multiple perspectives. So that works for that, and it sounds interesting to me, so we're going for it. And then slipping through my fingers is another prompt, and it is to read a book that was previously on my TBR, 1 month's TBR or something. And that is, of course, you guessed it, China Rich Girlfriend, because it was already on my TBR years ago. I didn't finish it, so here we go again. And then finally, the winner takes it all. And for that is a book that won a prize, and Poetx has won a prize, so that will work. So for that, I added one new book, which was The Incarnations by Susan Barker. So that brings up the total of books that I'm reading to 6, one more than the 5 I was hoping for. But I am adding another book, and that is If We Were Villains by ML Rio. If We Were Villains, I requested from the library, and I have it, and I want to read it. So to reiterate, the books that I will be reading in September are China Rich Girlfriend, which is a sequel to Crazy Rich Asians and centers about the main couple whose names I am blanking on right now, but also like their loved one. So the side characters basically from the first book. It also centers about one character specifically from what I can remember, but I don't really want to spoil who that person is because they kind of come in later. But yeah, so that's that. Poetx is about this girl Sumara, and she's into poetry. It's about some stuff going on in her life. I believe she enters some poetry competitions and stuff happens. I don't know. I don't really know much about these books. I can't remember much about these books. They sounded interesting to me at one point, so I requested them, and they're available and they fit these prompts. That's like all I know. So moving on. Paula Santiago and the River of Tears. It has magic. It's middle grade. It's adventurous. Sounded like fun. We'll see. And then Dark and Deepest Red is about some dancing shoes. There was a plague that had people dancing in the past. Can't remember what year. And then this girl finds some red shoes, puts them on, and she can't stop dancing. So it's about like how the past and the present are related with that. So sounds intriguing, sounds mysterious, and I'm here for it. Then Un Pajarito Me Contó, no idea, absolutely, like none. Just that it's a children's book, and we'll see what happens, what the little bird tells him. I'm sure there's a lesson in there. And then finally, The Incarnations, which is about a guy, or rather a couple, I believe, that gets reincarnated, and them like finding each other and falling in love throughout these incarnations. So I believe that's what these books are about. Tune in for my wrap up to see if I got anything wrong, and finding out what these books are actually about and if I actually enjoyed them. I think that I will enjoy all of them. I don't think there's like one book that I'm like, oh, maybe, I mean, except China Rich Girlfriend. I don't know. I feel like the second time around reading it might be better. I think that I found it less interesting because it wasn't centered around like the main couple, and maybe I was expecting more of that time around. So I think I will enjoy it more this time, hopefully. And yeah, that's it. That's it for this video, and I hope to see you again next time. So until next time, bye.